Hi students, welcome back. Now let's go through the remaining portions of the chapter. The leaves have a green pigment called chlorophyll. It helps leaves to capture the energy of the sunlight. This energy is used to synthesize food from carbon dioxide and water. Since the synthesis of food occurs in the presence of sunlight, it is called photosynthesis. Photo means light and synthesis means to combine. So we find that chlorophyll, sunlight, carbon dioxide and water are necessary to carry out the process of photosynthesis. It is a unique process on the earth. The solar energy is captured by the leaves and stored in the plant in the form of food. The sun is the ultimate source of energy for all living organisms. So this paragraph is also important. There are so many questions from this para too. The first question is, what do you mean by chlorophyll? Okay, I repeat the question. What do you mean by chlorophyll? And the answer is, the leaves have a green pigment called chlorophyll. So the green pigment which is present in leaves is known as chlorophyll. And the next question is, what do you mean by photosynthesis? I repeat, what do you mean by photosynthesis? For this question, you just have to give the definition of photosynthesis. Okay. Can you imagine life on earth in the absence of photosynthesis? In the absence of photosynthesis, there would not be any food. The survival of almost all living organisms directly or indirectly depends upon the food made by the plants. Besides oxygen, which is essential for the survival of all living organisms, is produced during photosynthesis. In the absence of photosynthesis, life would be impossible on the earth. So students, is photosynthesis essential? Tell me. Yes, it's an important process. Without photosynthesis, there is no food. As we have discussed earlier, all living organisms depends directly or indirectly on the food made by plants. So without photosynthesis, plants cannot make their food. Then how we will get our food? So photosynthesis is very essential, and without photosynthesis, life would be impossible. Okay. So through different ways, the raw materials like water, minerals and carbon dioxide are collected and transported to leaves. Along with this, chlorophyll is required for the synthesis of food by plants. Chlorophyll which help the leaves to capture the energy of sunlight. Since this process requires sunlight, therefore it is known as photosynthesis. Okay, so the essential elements are, as we have learned earlier, the raw materials. What are they? Water, mineral and carbon dioxide. Along with that, chlorophyll is also very essential for the process of photosynthesis. Okay, why this process of making food by plants or the synthesis of food by plants is known as photosynthesis? Because it is taking place in the presence of sunlight. It requires energy from sunlight. Okay, that's why the process is known as photosynthesis. Okay, then so this is such a unique process, and thus sun is the ultimate source of energy for all living organisms. Even for the plants to prepare food, they need sunlight, isn't it? So sun is the ultimate source of energy, and from this plants only we are taking our food. Animals and we humans, we all are taking food from these plants. So sun is the ultimate source of energy. Okay, sometimes such a question can also be asked. So such an indirect question, maybe chances are there. The question will be, why sun is called the ultimate source of energy? So we can explain the process of photosynthesis. Along with that, we can tell that sun is the ultimate source of energy. Okay. So during photosynthesis, chlorophyll containing leaves will convert carbon dioxide and water to carbohydrate and oxygen in the presence of sunlight. Sunlight is very essential for photosynthesis, isn't it? So carbon dioxide and water will be converted into carbohydrate and oxygen. This carbohydrate will be again converted into starch. So the presence of starch will indicate photosynthesis. The starch is also a carbohydrate. So this is the reaction for photosynthesis. So when a question is asked like this, briefly explain the process of photosynthesis, we can write this reaction, isn't it? We can write this reaction along with the steps we have discussed earlier. The definition of photosynthesis, along with that the raw materials required for photosynthesis, and the chlorophyll and this reaction, all we can explain, isn't it? So when a question is asked, briefly explain the process of photosynthesis, we have to write all these points. Okay. So coming to our first activity, activity 1.1. Take two potted plants of the same kind. Keep one in the dark for 72 hours and the other in the sunlight. Perform iodine test with the leaves of both the plants as you did in class 6. Record your results. Now leave the pot which was earlier kept in the dark in the sunlight for 3 to 4 days and perform the iodine test again on its leaves. Record your observations in your notebook. So coming to activity 1.1, we have to take two potted plants and one have to be kept in dark and the other one have to be kept in sunlight for 72 hours. That means we have to keep one plant in dark and other in sunlight for 3 days. Okay. So for the experiment, we need two potted plant, one kept in dark and other in sunlight for 3 days. Okay. After doing so, after 3 days, we have to take a leaf from each of these plants. A leaf from the plant which is kept in dark and a leaf from the plant which is kept in sunlight. And we have to perform the iodine test. How we have to perform the iodine test? Last year we have learned it. Do you remember? Yes, a leaf is taken and 2-3 drops of the dilute iodine solution is added on it. Isn't it? So, we have to perform the iodine test on both of these leaves. The leaf which has been taken from the plant which is kept in dark will remain the same after the iodine test. Whereas, the leaf which is taken from the plant which is kept in sunlight will turn to bluish black color. Do you know why? Yes, it's because of the presence of starch. We know that when the iodine solution is added to starch, it will turn to bluish black color, isn't it? So, during photosynthesis, starch is synthesized. So, because of the presence of starch, the leaf had turned to bluish black color, isn't it? Do you know why? It's because in the presence of sunlight, photosynthesis takes place and so starch is synthesized. But in the absence of sunlight, that means the plant which is kept in dark, there will be no photosynthesis. So in the absence of photosynthesis, starch is not synthesized. That's why this leaf did not change to bluish black color. Okay, you got it? Now we can repeat this activity by moving this plant which is kept in dark to sunlight. After 3 to 4 days, we can repeat the iodine test for this plant also. Okay, so we have to move the plant which is kept in dark to sunlight and then perform the iodine test after 3 to 4 days. We will observe the same changes as the leaf will turn to bluish black color in the iodine test. This is because due to the presence of sunlight, photosynthesis will take place and starch will be synthesized, and because of this starch the leaf will turn to bluish black color. So this experiment is performed to understand that sunlight is very essential for the process of photosynthesis. Okay. The leaves other than green also have chlorophyll. The large amount of red, brown and other pigments mask the green color. Photosynthesis takes place in these leaves also. So we have learned that a green color pigment called a chlorophyll is present in leaves, isn't it? That's why our leaves are in green color, isn't it? There's a green colored pigment and it is known as chlorophyll, and it will help the leaves to capture the energy of sunlight, and thus the process of photosynthesis take place, isn't it? Then, have you observed yellow, purple, red or pinkish colored leaves? Yes, it's shown in figure 1.4. Okay. So, let me ask a question. Whether photosynthesis take place in these leaves? Yes. The large amount of red, brown and other such pigments will mask the green color. Actually, these leaves also have chlorophyll. The green colored pigment chlorophyll is present in these leaves. But these leaves are having some other color pigments such as red, brown or other colored pigments are there. These pigments are present in a large amount and this will mask these green colored pigments. That's why we can't see the greenish color of leaf. Actually, these leaves also have chlorophyll and the process of photosynthesis take place in these leaves. Okay. You often see slimy green patches in ponds or in other stagnant water bodies. These are generally formed by the growth of organisms called algae. Can you guess why algae are green in color? They contain chlorophyll which gives them the green color. Algae can also prepare their own food by photosynthesis. So here comes another question. What are algae? I repeat, what are algae? And the answer is, they are slimy green patches in ponds or in other stagnant water bodies. These are generally formed by the growth of organisms and are called algae. So this is the definition for algae. Got it? Okay. Does algae have chlorophyll? Of course, algae has chlorophyll and they prepare food by photosynthesis. I hope you all have understood today's portion. If you have any doubts, you can comment me in the comment box. Okay, so the remaining portion of the chapter can be discussed in the next video.